Hello Thistledewers, it's Judy here from Thistledew Creations, and today I'm just gonna do some sorting, and I thought I would just film it, at least the start of it. I probably won't film all of the sorting that I do, but I just wanted to give you another idea for organizing and reuse of things. So I used to, well, I still have all the things, but I haven't made any jewelry for a very long time. But I made jewelry for over 20 years, or around 20 years. And so I have a lot of jewelry parts and pieces. This box that we're looking at here is parts and pieces that I wasn't going to use in my jewelry making. And so I had them sorted into this box for sale at shows. And now I'm not even doing shows, so I thought I would continue to sort some of my assorted jewelry into this box, and I might even need to start more boxes. But I'd like to start using some of the things up. Like I've got watch faces, I've got some really nice pendants. Now this one's missing a gem, so it's got 2 gemstones and it's missing a third. I've got tiny millefleur pendant that could be used as a book charm. So what I might do, I've got earrings that I took apart, took off of the earrings, and so again that could be a book charm, maybe on a mermaid journal or something. It's like mother of pearl daggers and iridescent beads. So I may list some of these things as junk journaling supplies in my Etsy shop. Or if you see anything that you would like, do comment, and I'll get in touch with you somehow and we'll figure out how to get them to you. Might start putting things like this in Happy Mail. It's stuff that I never really considered using in Happy Mail before. Flat-backed pendants can be used on book covers. That one might be a little bulky to put inside of a book. Things like this could be the center of a flower or just again on the cover of a book. So these were, I think I glued these on to make them into earrings and then I never did. It might have been earrings before too. So I just have a ton of this stuff to go through, so I thought I would just film for a bit while I do it this afternoon, and then I'll probably do more in front of the television. So I've got old clip-on earrings that were enameled. They were popular in the maybe 80s and 90s. These could be clipped onto a book page to clip something into the book, or just even like instead of a paper clip. That one was a stud earring that I bent over the stud to make it into a pendant. That could just be taken right off if you wanted to glue this down on something. So I'm just going to kind of sort them into different categories. I think I'm going to keep anything that is a clip-on earring in a separate box. And then these ones that are old stud earrings that are transformed, I will keep them together. I think that's what I had done there before. And then I've got things like these glass pendants that don't have any kind of bail on them. They can be glued down, although it's not as likely that you're going to want to use that in a book. Just kind of need to streamline things a little bit. These were earrings that were very popular when I first started making jewelry, but they could work in a journal as a book charm, hanging off the spine of a book. Put those in with them. And then these little plastic crystals, I've got other places that I can put those, so I'm not going to put those back in. I've got some limes. Again, these were earrings, but they could be book charms now. And then these are more of a larger teardrop pendant. Got a little sword that could be good for a pirate journal. Just so many categories, that's the problem. A little mother of pearl button that I used some wire to make it into a dangle. And then I did a lot of wire wrapping where I would make this type of spiral, and then I would put beads and then a loop, and that would be an earring. So I've got a few of those here. So these are things I could send in Happy Mail, especially these flat things. And I might just start doing that. I might just put those with my Happy Mail stuff. Here's a great big, I guess it would have been a pendant. I don't think I really even want that anymore. So I don't know what to do with stuff like that. I guess I could put together a bag of junk jewelry stuff and send it to the thrift store. That's probably what I should do. And then I've got a bunch of bangle bracelets, which are still kind of cool. That one I've made into an earring, or it was an earring. Big honkin' earring. If anyone has a use for the really thin bangles, I guess I could use napkin or tissue paper and put a film of that with glue, decoupage. Could try something like that. I kind of like this one. And these ones have like a cut. I think they're aluminum, and then they cut into it and it sparkles a bit, but they're not actual gems on them. Those I could put in my bracelet box. These, I don't know. I might try playing with napkins with these ones. So I'm going to put them with my napkin stuff, just as a reminder to do that. And then flat charms, I think I'm going to put separate to put in Happy Mail. So again, earrings that have been converted to dangles, something that can dangle. And then 3-dimensional charms. These are all old earrings that I've bent the thing over, the stud over. I allow myself to throw some things away too, but if you see anything you want, do contact me. Just say something and we'll get together and figure out how to get it to you. Bulky things are not as easy to mail, especially out of the country. There's a tiny little candy cane. I should put that in my Christmas stuff. Even if I can just make room in this box and get some of the boxes of miscellaneous jewelry in my craft room sorted through, that would be good. I think this is gonna go. Some things I just don't even like. This would look good like nestled in a lace cluster or something. It looks like a real gemstone. They obviously aren't, they're just plastic, but they have a real gemstone look to them. So I think I'll keep those, even though they're rectangle. They would be better if they were round. Could use them in more ways. These are really nice beads. They're glass and they have like a metallic section on them. So just glass beads I'll put there. That's been wired to hang. Yellow's a color I don't use a lot, but I had a section of yellow dangly things here. And I could send these in swaps within Canada, but when you send to the States and it package, if the envelope gets too thick, they want to call it a package, and then it costs a lot more to mail. So hearts. More of those mother of pearl. Keep all that yellow stuff together. Sometimes people are looking for certain colors. So here we've got some bronze charms. Those would be great in Happy Mail. So I'm going to set them aside for Happy Mail. They may end up back in a box like this, but for right now, there's enough of them that I can just put them here and just start stuffing them into some envelopes. Any earring dangles like that can be good for book charms. I've got all sorts of little envelopes and pouches that I can put them in. And that way this box can be more upcycled things, bling and stuff that I can add. I have other boxes with charms in them too in my craft room. There's all sorts of different categories there for charms. The 3D ones I'm going to keep in here. These are inexpensive plastic ones that are just sort of plated. There's a planet. Leaves are popular. Crosses, these are good for Halloween. They have little skulls on them, so I should put those in a Halloween box. So I've got Christmas and Halloween. Skulls. These discs are kind of getting discolored because they weren't very good quality. I don't know, I don't think I want to keep those. Nautical. More skulls. Got a bunch of karate guys kicking. More three-dimensional. And nautical. Let's start with nautical. So I did quite a big haul or swap with Rami in Junk Journal Junkies Canada and sent her a whole bunch of button beads and charms. So if anyone is interested in getting into beading, I have lots of things that we can swap. If you've got something else, I don't want more beading stuff, but if you had something else that you wanted to swap for beading stuff, I would be very interested. I have all the tools, I have all the cording, all the things. There's more karate, there's some snakes, guns, so Wild West theme, 10 Commandments themed. So if you're into biblical things, a skeleton, jointed skeleton. That dangles nicely, so he'll be good for Halloween. This is a little wire thing that I made. Another snake, cowboy hat. And a star. I'm going to put the flat ones over in the box beside me here. And what else have we got? We've got claws or teeth, plastic, wooden pieces. Can't think of ways to use that in a junk journal, really. Maybe someone else could. These were earrings that had like a wooden stick that went through to hold it in your ear, believe it or not. Sort of a tribal thing. I think I can get rid of those. If you want them, speak up. I think I can get rid of that. Here we've got some things that I made. There's another just crystal. I beaded those hoops, black iridescent hoops. I'll probably have a bin just for that by the time I'm done. There's a nice little dangle that has a trio of leaves. You could just use the leaves, take them apart. Mother of pearl pendant. I'll put that in with those other mother of pearl items. Put more of those leaves in there. These are like basically all earrings that I've taken the earring things off of. I did those. I beaded those myself. I beaded these myself. They used to be earrings. And there's more earrings that I took apart. Fish, 3-dimensional. I'll put them in with the sea life over here. More of those leaves. More yellow. So probably what I'll do is when I've gone through this box, I'll take the little bits that I've set aside and put them somewhere else. I've got Valentine's charms I can put that with. That's a piece of actual stone, ground up and reassembled into a shape. I've got some more. These are foam. So skulls that can go with Halloween. The crosses, this kind of cross in black and white kind of makes me think Halloween. Put that with that. We're into some gold stuff here. And some of these I might use for like the center of flowers, if they work, if the shape is right. That one is a clip-on earring, believe it or not. Flat present, so that would be Christmas. There's another, oh, that's a mother of pearl earring. That would definitely work as the center of a flower. It's small enough, and I'm going to be doing some of those, so I better start a pile for that. And then the big earring that it was a stud earring, believe it or not, and it's pretty heavy, but I've folded it over. Excuse me. This one had, I think, had a hoop. That would make a good center of a big flower or something on the cover of a book. Very dimensional piece that could go on the cover of a book. It has a hanging tab that could be taken off. There's a horseshoe that could be used. It was made into an earring. I'll keep it up here with the gold stuff. And these were earrings as well, but interesting little pieces you could use. There's a clip-on earring with some pearls on it. Where did I put the clip-on earrings? That one there was clip-on. Another present, very flat. A nice dimensional leaf that has a loop on the back. That used to be a stud earring as well. A little heart that could be used in the center of a flower, but I'll put that with my other flat charms. And there's a little charm that has some rhinestones on it. And a coin. I used to make earrings out of the coins too. So if anyone's interested in a package of junk jewelry parts, they're expensive to ship, but if you really want some, I would ship you some at your expense. There's a little, it doesn't open, but a little 3D heart. Not sure what I want to do with that. I'll put it here with gold charms. And this one definitely I could see using on a book. It's got some dimension to it, but it's very vintage looking. And there's a little purse that's kind of flat. Kind of heavy, but it could be glued down. 3-dimensional shell. I could go with my sea life. There's a clip-on earring that's got some definite heft to it. Can't imagine wearing these. Like that one's going to have to go maybe on the side of a page. A triangle. And this one probably was, oh, it looks like it was an angel. It's got like a halo, a flat spot where it looks like there might have been a crystal. It's gone, but it's still shiny there. And then a ribbon and a dress. So it looks like it was an angel. And another sort of flattish heart charm. I would say this used to be a clip-on earring. Put that with the sea life. I'm going to put that with Valentine's. Another coin. And a flat square. What does this say? Time, time, time. Never enough time. Little dangle again, an old earring. I'm not sure what this was. Maybe part of a clasp, like a hook clasp. Another one of those vintage flat scrolly things. Another earring that I've folded over. Another Christmas thing. I'll get those out again. This is the kind of bail that you would glue onto a piece of glass or anything flat to make it into a pendant. So that's a bail. We call that a bail. I'll put those with them. So I'm making some empty sections, which is good. That was my goal, is to make more room. That's really a very pretty little pendant that I could put in the middle of a flower. It's a flower, but put that over here. I'm always looking for things to send in happy mail, different things, so this is good. Those coins could go in the middle of a flower too, money flower. And there's a little 3D rose with a pearl in the middle. It's got a hoop that you could attach it to something. That one I might want to put in Valentine's. This is a nice little, I guess it was an earring or a pendant. Probably had a cameo or something on it. And there's a really cute little charm off of either a really small necklace or a pair of earrings. Flattish heart. So I'll use these flat things to send in happy mail. My jewelry making days, I think, are just about over. I think that was an earring. And this is more wire stuff that I've made. So that can go in happy mail. And then these are cheap silver charms that I painted with copper paint. They're flat enough to send. Some more 80s earrings that have been folded over into loops to be made into something, and then they never were. I got a necklace that was just all these links, black and white with gold, and I made so many pairs of earrings out of those back in the day, and I put peace signs on them. They sold like hotcakes. And then another 3D skull, that'll go in Halloween. Now this is interesting. I'm not sure exactly what this was. Maybe a scarf clip or something, but that's an awesome piece of bling if anyone needs something really blingy. Put that up in this corner for bling. And there's a nice flat pendant. It's like a go-go. We call that a go-go when it's got the smaller circle that's off center. Nice and flat. So we got some more glass skulls here. Some of them are black with gold and some of them are kind of milky clear glass. And there's some just clear discs that you could paint on or add a sticker to. I'm going to put all these skulls in with the Halloween stuff. And I'll be able to find it when Halloween rolls around. The only problem of doing this is your hands get dirty. Okay, so that's sort of cleaning out the, there's another clip on, cleaning out the box. I think I'm gonna put that in there. I have a dragonfly box, but I think I'm just gonna throw it in there with the rest. And then I've got a bunch of boxes full of stuff here that I'm gonna go through. So let me just open this box up and see what's in here. So we've got little glass butterflies. Now this, you can see this is an earring, but you easily can take this earring thing off. All you do is grab a set of pliers. I have lots of pliers from my jewelry making days. I need them if I'm taking things apart here for you. So you just take this type of earring, usually has one side that will open up. It might be the back side of the earring, or it could be the front side. And then that charm will come off, and then that can be a book charm for you, for your book. Or you could use the earring part too to make something else into an earring. You just twist that. You've got another, this was a plastic dollar store string of beads, I think. And I use them at Christmas time, and they're kind of foil finish on them. Very inexpensive. I don't think I want to keep that. This little pink and black butterfly is adorable. So that would make a good book charm. We all love butterflies, don't we? So I'll show you that again. I think this one, it's the back side. You can tell if you lift the bead up a little bit, one side of the loop will have an opening. So this side, this time it's the, I don't know if you'd call that the front or the back, but you twist that to the side and you can get that out easily. So where am I putting this? We'll start a pink section here. And then I can keep these earring things. I don't know if I'll use them, but I'll keep them. These feathers that are attached to something with a hoop, you can use those as book charms as well. This one has a really nice crystals and gold, but it's just, I've got two of these, but I've already taken some feathers off of this other one. So I think I'll just harvest the feathers, keep them separate from the rhinestone thing. So all I need to do there, I can keep this loop with them, this jump ring it's called. So when you undo a jump ring, you want to twist it this way, not pull it apart. And then you can take that charm off of there, close this back up the same way, and then that can be dangled from whatever. So great way to use feathers. I'll put that in with the stuff that I might send in Happy Mail as well. So I'll take these apart. I'll show you that again. So you grab each side of the opening of the jump ring with your pliers, and instead of pulling this way, which ruins the metal ring, do it sideways, and then you'll still be able to close it and it will stay closed. And I'll show you another little trick for making sure that it stays closed. So if you close it back up, go past closed and push together, and then it'll kind of pop back into place and it'll be closed tighter. That's a good tip. So some feathers. And one thing that I've seen people do is painting on feathers. That might be fun with these white ones. I could stamp on them maybe with some waterproof ink. And you kind of have to get used to holding the pliers, holding the item with the pliers, like training yourself to use tweezers, which I have trouble with, which I shouldn't because I've used pliers for so many years, but I do. So again, I'm going to squeeze them together and then let it snap back into place. And that way, when you get that, it won't be so loose. See, that one is not quite closed right. So now these rhinestone things, these rhinestone earrings, could have different dangles added to them. The feather earrings are pretty long for a lot of people, but these are still pretty, just as they are, but they have those loops, so you want to dangle something from them. Probably you could dangle little crystals this size, maybe in a different color. So I might leave those ones with the earrings attached. I think they're more likely to be used as earrings than anything, but they could also just be bling on the front or on the side of a book. There's a nice flat teardrop with daisies in it. I don't think I have another one. Yeah, I do, but it's a different finish, or at least it's discolored. This one looks copper, and that one looks more pewter. But they're the same. Same, only different. So that would be a good thing to take off of the earring and put in my Happy Mail. If I have pairs, I leave them as a pair of earrings that the person could just wear them if they wanted. But this one, it looks like I've got one of each, so I'll take them apart. And I purposely didn't worry about my fingernails today because I figured I'm going to make a mess of them with this task that I'm doing. So if it's easier to open the ring, open the ring. If it's easier to open the earring, then open the earring. I'm not really worried about the earrings being able to be reused because I probably won't reuse them. And now here's an earring that I made years ago, and it's a lever back. So it's mother of pearl and a glass bead, a metallic glass bead. I don't think I have a pair for it in here either. So I'm going to take that off of the earring and put it in with this mother of pearl stuff. And then this one looks like a faux bone and a little bit of turquoise with it. I don't think, most of these I think are in here because they're not pairs, but there's a pair. So see, I could leave that. These have never been worn. They're not new by any means. I've had them for years. I made them, but no one's ever worn them. So it's green turquoise, a little bronze, dark brown metallic bead, and some turquoise, and then this, I don't know if it's real bone or not. I have a feeling it's faux bone, probably salvaged out of a necklace, if I remember correctly. So I'll keep that. It's a pretty thick pair to send, so I'm going to put that in the junk jewelry to donate. Decisions as I go through. Now here's some of those leaves that were in the yellow container there, where I put through a couple of beads hanging in the center of that. And again, I think that's a one of. I don't even want it. I don't even want it. There's a sort of an Easter egg shaped, I would say like an oriental lotus flower bead. And I think that's a one of. Just a beautiful bead. Doesn't need to be a necklace or an earring anymore. I'm just going to put pretty beads up there. There's a flat Celtic link. I did a lot of earrings with this too. Celtic link with a freshwater pearl. So it's an actual freshwater pearl, so I want to salvage that for sure. And the Celtic link, I don't see another one there, but I think I could just use that in the Happy Meal. So this is something that you could definitely do in front of the TV or out on the porch. Just busy work. Oh, I think I want to keep that ring with the charm, because it matches it. The color is good for it. And so whoever gets that charm will benefit from having that jump ring on there. What is this mess? This tangled mess. Oh, this was, I guess, an attempt at an earring with some bobby pins. Or is this another earring? That's another earring. But yeah, that was an attempt at an earring using bobby pins. So the bobby pins are salvageable, easy to take off of this ring, and then I can use those in Happy Meal, because they can just be used in books as paper clip. And then that earring, three-dimensional rose bead, could go in with Valentine's. This is tedious, so I'm not going to do this all day with you or anything, but just to give you an idea, if you see junk jewelry, sometimes you see it in thrift stores in a bag and you can buy it for $5 or $10 or whatever. You can sometimes salvage quite a bit of interesting things out of it. Really pretty beads. Sometimes precious beads, like that's an actual turquoise bead already on a dangle because I wired it up that way. The center bead is plastic and the top bead is, I think, metal or plasticized metal. So that was a pretty nice pair of earrings back in the day, but I wouldn't wear them now, so I'll take it apart. This one is a closed loop, but this one is an open loop, so I can open it and get that off of there. So that's should go into my my box that has gemstones in it. This I will probably just donate. There's a gemstone donut. Something else was dangling from it before. That can be tossed. So that was an earring. I don't think I have a second one, at least not in this box. Could be somewhere else. They all had pairs at one time, but I want to salvage that gemstone donut. I think this is all strung on one. Oh, that's purple. I thought that was black. Those purple beads are pretty. So I might put that in my gemstone box. Really big hoop earrings. Two different ones. Oh, there's another. Is one of these a match? Yeah, those are a pair. So I'll donate those. I don't wear them. And then I've got an oddball one. I'll donate that too. I've got a jade heart, which I definitely want to save. The rest of the beads I don't really care too much about. So I'm going to just take this apart and save the heart. I have jars of beads, just random beads I call bead soup, that I can put things like that in, the beads that will come off of this. So I'm just going to let them drop back into the box. Save the jade heart out. Now here's something that I made into earrings. These were flat back leopard gems, and they were back to back. So I use them to make earrings. So they're the same on both sides, but I could use the flat back in the center of a big flower. So I'm going to take that apart. Just cutting that off, and then if I can pry those apart, I'm pretty sure I can. Pry them apart. And I'll have two flat-backed leopard print. It's got a bit of wire in the middle there, but that's useful. Just get that wire out of there. I don't think I attached them back to back. I think they were already like that. And there's a really neat bead that I purchased in probably the first year I was doing jewelry, and it's like a corkscrew of tortoiseshell, and it's glass. Really cool. I don't think I've got its mate here. So I'm going to put it, it's more of a charm than a bead. I purchased it with the loop already on it. That's how it came. These beads were out of a vintage necklace, and I turned them into earrings. That's the only ones of them that I have. I kind of like those because they're one of my favorite colors. So I think I'm going to salvage those. And that could be, well, a snowman, but it's maybe not quite the right colors for a snowman. There's another skull. I did sell a lot of skull earrings. There's a owl that I strung onto a hoop. So he's kind of suspended on this hoop. Take him off the earring. Let's see, another old earring. Not very interesting, not very expensive. So here's a pair of lever backs. Again, brand new, just a few years old, just never worn. Those are nice. There's a pair that could be given away. I don't think I'd try to sell them now. There's some marijuana leaf earrings. I've got two of those. Two different types of earring wires. There's another one of those owls. These are very inexpensive dollar store Christmas ornament things that I made into earrings. I don't think I want those anymore. Twisted glass bead again, done in a little cascade. I think that's the only one of that I have as well. That would make a great book charm. I'm gonna take it off the earring. What have I got there? Same sort of thing. Cheap plastic pearl heart and a heart and peace and love. More bobby pins. Take those off and save them. They can go in Happy Mail. And then this is actually kind of pretty. Might make a good book dangle. I don't know. I've got the other one up here in Valentine's, so we'll put them together. A black heart with a crystal. The heart's plastic, the crystal is glass. Do I have a pair? I do. So these pairs I might put them in a separate bag for donation. Let's see what I got here for bags. I'll definitely donate these. These are all like little spiral crystal things that I made. Not very nice in my opinion, but someone else might think they're awesome. And then this bag has, these are actually pretty cool if you like big earrings. These are mother of pearl that's printed. And I've got 2 pairs of those. I could list those in my Etsy shop. Just make sure that the earring wires are good. I had them at $10 a pair if anyone's interested. And I'll put earring pairs in here that I can give away. These are nice little crystals. So that's the idea. I'm not going to make you watch me for hours, and you probably wouldn't anyway. But you can find, like this was a vintage pearl. I think that one might be a real one just by the look of it, or a really good fake one. That would make a great book dangle, already attached to some chain. I'm going to take that off of the earring. I don't have its pair here, so it's going to become a book charm. So if you like seeing different ideas for upcycling, crafting, haul videos, junk I've collected to use in my book videos, all of those things, do check out my channel. Like, comment, share, and subscribe. Most of all, have a great day and happy crafting.